Our first night boondocking at a Cracker Barrel was a success. Today we're going to grab a quick breakfast and head inland to Fairmont, North Carolina to visit some friends who used to be former neighbors of ours when we lived in Costa Rica. We haven't seen them for years, so we have a lot to catch up on. We had a great day with our friends, and now we're heading out to Ocean Isle Beach, where Chuck and I went for our honeymoon. And then we're going to spend the night in Wilmington, North Carolina, where we're going to see some more friends. Crossing the causeway, tons of houses over there. I certainly know when Chuck and I were here, it was not this crowded. This is insane. This was so not here 32 years ago. Nice. This looks like a cool place. Ocean Isle Fish Company restaurant. We arrived in Wilmington a little bit after 5 o'clock, and then we headed out to one of our friends' favorite restaurants called Docksides. Parking was crazy, but we were able to get seats out on the water with beautiful views. The food was incredible, and so were the drinks. After dinner, we headed out to the beach, to one of her favorite places. After another great night catching up with our friends, our plan for today had a number of stops. First, we were going to go to Beaufort, North Carolina, which we've seen on a lot of YouTube selling channels as a really cute town to explore it. Then, our friend in North Carolina mentioned New Bern, North Carolina was a cute little town. So now we're going to stop there. And then our final destination will be Washington, North Carolina, where we will be allowed to boondock the van on the waterfront in the downtown city. It's Docksides. Lots of people at the island over there. That is a huge boat. Prime time. Look, they have a little, it's not little, but a chase boat behind it. Sure looks like it. We began our museum visit by watching a 50-minute movie on Blackbeard, one of the most famous pirates in history. He was known for his long hair, black beard, and he would put candles or fuses in his hair, light them on fire before a battle in order to intimidate others. And it worked, apparently. He was a very dangerous man. One of the ships that he took over was the Queen Anne's Revenge, and he turned it into a 40-gun battleship of sorts, where he terrorized the North Carolina coast. Supposedly, he was caught and killed, and his treasures were never found, though. So that's a big mystery. But there are artifacts from the Queen Anne's Revenge, which was discovered in the mid-1990s off the Carolina coast. There even is some gold that was found here as well. That's in the museum. Across the street, we have a shipbuilding facility with old motors and rocks from the ballast of the Queen Anne's Revenge. We're at the Beaufort Grocery and Company for lunch. Kind of a late lunch. It's almost 2 o'clock. Alright, so I have been having an omelet with cheese grits, a little blueberry cake, some watermelon. Chuck got turkey sandwich. We're on the boardwalk in Beaufort, North Carolina now. It's pretty cool. Our lunch was fabulous. Alright, so we parked over here in this parking lot, but it was a minimum of 4 hours for $12. And we should have parked on the street, even though we would have had to pay for 2 spots. Parking on the street is $1 an hour per spot. So if you're coming to Beaufort, park on the street. This is a cute little road at the end of Beaufort. We made it to New Bern. This is an awesome sculpture. that like turns all over the place. The Spider Lily Sculpture, a gift to the city by Jim Congleton, 2011. Inspired by the flower Lycoris radiata. From Japan in the mid-1800s by Captain William Roberts. Beautiful. At the river walk that goes by the park where we parked the van. And this marina. Huge building over here. It says Tyson's Palace, and it also says the North Carolina Historic Visitor Center. So this is very cool. This looks like a cute place. This is one of the main drags. And they have lots of dogs. There's a dog bakery. That's the waterfront down that end. Very awesome church. Here we are, the birthplace of Pepsi. But it's closed today. This is a church with benches to do an outdoor service. This is very cool. Oh, isn't this beautiful? Yeah. Fudge and ice cream.
Where's the food place?
Did you want to go in? There we go. We found this craft brewery, so Chuck bought some beer to go. This is hometown Bernie, the bear. The bear is the symbol, we were told by the bartender at the brewery, of the guy who established the city came from Switzerland. And the town in Switzerland, the bear was his emblem. So this is where we parked in New Bern. Alright, so we made it to the Washington Chamber of Commerce and Visitor Center in North Carolina. Isn't this amazing? Absolutely beautiful. This looks like a little river walk. There's a park on the left and a park down here on the right. We had parked right here in the Visitor Center because the street parking is full right now, but I think after sunset it'll clear out. We had some chicken and cheese wraps and ate right here in the chairs that we put out, and the wind is blowing right at us, so it's blowing right through the back of the van, which is super nice because that means it'll be nice and cool. So there's the sun over the other park and the marina to the right. Once it clears out, I think we're gonna move spots, but and then in the morning I will try to videotape some of the downtown. We haven't even walked down there yet. We made it to the brewery. They close at 7. And they have the cider that I had last night. It was awesome. Nice seats on the waterfront. There's cider and a fan behind us. So this is where we parked last night. This is a really nice city. We really like it. We met another Sprinter van owner who came in last night. They were super nice. They drove from Wisconsin. I read a story about the crabs. They built crabs as a charity to raise money, and you could find like tons of them around the city. But then they ended up, I think they only have 6 now. Here's a train from the Washington Waterfront Underground Railroad Museum. Unfortunately, it's going to be closed, so we won't be able to go in because we have to leave early. We have a long day. We're going all the way to Cape Hatteras and then up to the Wright Brothers Memorial and then up to our boondocking spot, which is another 45 minutes, and it's a market which closes fairly early. Okay, here's the downtown harbor district of Washington. It's a cute little town.
This is Main Street, which I think has most of the retail and shops on it. There's the Bank of Washington, circa 1852, but it's really like a bistro and a bar. But it's kind of cool. It's like another restaurant, the Hackney. Kind of cool. The Mulby House Brewery. They were closed already because we wanted to go there first, but the other place was really great, so I'm kind of glad we got to go there. They also have the Two Rivers Ale House right here. It was closed on Sunday, I think, so. I mean, what a cute little town. Like I said, everything opens late. There's hardly anybody here. Here's the theater. This is a cute little sign. Key West, 1,029 miles. Bill's Hot Dogs. That seems to be a popular place here. 0.02 miles. That was at the start of Main Street. Hatteras, 153 miles. So here's the other park that was down past where we spent the night. This is called Max Bear Hodges Festival Park. There were lots of people out last night before the sunset. They have a plaque here in the park to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Washington, North Carolina. The first town in the United States to be named for General George Washington. This is the North Carolina estuarium, where the rivers meet the sea. This is supposed to be a really great place, but it doesn't open until late, so we can't go there either. I wish we had a little bit more time because I like this town. It's like an old bridge down there that doesn't work anymore. This is the waterfront that runs all the way down to the other park where we're at, and it actually keeps going past. And then here we are, back at the van.
Good morning. Today is Monday, July the 19th, which is day 9 of our van adventure trip to Maine. Today we are leaving Washington, North Carolina and going to the Outer Banks for the first time for both Chuck and I. We are going to drive down to Hatteras, North Carolina and go to the graveyard of the Atlantic Museum. And we are not going to take the ferries any farther to go to the other islands because we simply don't have the time. Then we're going to drive north from Hatteras back through the Outer Banks, past the Wright Brothers Museum because we don't have time to do that today either, and spend the night in Barco, North Carolina at a Harvest Host stop for the night. I did not have the camera rolling, but as soon as we left Washington, North Carolina, we saw a huge black bear run across the street in front of us. And I told Chuck to slow down. It could be your mama and she's got cubs. So we stopped in time, and sure enough, a little baby black cub came running across the street, and then slowly 2 more came behind it. So it was the coolest thing, and I wish I would have had the camera on, but sadly did not.
We stopped at the Outer Banks of North Carolina Visitor Center. So far we've had really good luck getting information at these visitor centers. And this is where we are here, Manteo.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot.
This is the Bodie Island Light Station. This is the walkway all the way to the front. See, outside of the museum, it looks like a boat. This is the inside of the museum. This is inside the main museum. You can actually drive on the beach here if you have a permit. There's one of the entrances. This is Ramp 55, the Cape Hatteras National Seashore. Came across the beach walk access that's public from the museum. And this is the beach. It's been raining, so not a lot of people here. And it's a Monday, which is also less crowded. But they have some dogs over here at the beach. The waves are huge. saw people kite surfing on the other side. This is cool. I think this is called Frisco. So, little ocean development before you get to the very end at Cape Hatteras. But we're pretty lucky. Hasn't been a ton of traffic, honestly. So the ocean's to the right, on the other side of the dunes. We're getting blown around. It's a cool bridge. It was pouring rain the last time we came across here. Here we are at the Morris Farm Market. This is a harvest host in Barco, North Carolina. And Chuck and I have already been in and we've done our shopping. But this is the shopping carts. I think it's hilarious. They're huge little carts. And they have like a whole bar area over here. Looks really nice. She said that on the weekends they have live music, food, and drinks. It's a nice little area. They have so much food, it's amazing. Like I said, Chuck and I have already been in here, and I think we spent $120, $130, something like that. Here's all the jellies. These are two of the best sellers, the habanero raspberry and the jalapeno raspberry. I think this is the one that we got. We've got all kinds of cheeses. We bought the tomato basil cheese, and then Chuck got another cheese, and then we've got this summer sausage. Bakery is here. They have some cool beers. These are all the ciders here. Chuck bought a bunch of IPAs, of course. And then there's the margarita cider. I got that one and the strawberry. They've got wines. She said that this was her favorite wine. Brylon from Mocksville, North Carolina, category 5, 22 bucks. But we don't have a good place to keep wine, so I didn't buy any wine. Clothes, Chuck got a pocket tee. They have the fabulous peach cider float, which she said was their peach cider, with 2 scoops of ice cream on top. This place is cool. We have parked the van under a shade tree over here and turned into the wind so that the wind will catch the back doors and come in.
Enjoying charcuterie at the market was a perfect way to end the day. We even bought dessert as well. It had been a really long day, and it was day 9 of the trip, and we were starting to get a bit tired, but still looking forward to the adventures tomorrow.